Hello everyone. Just a quick update on, well, the upcoming update. This is what's new in 4.3. Let's go through it together very quickly and see what's up. So the leagues apparently are going to be split and we get sub-leagues. So instead of, it's a very long-winded way to say that there's going to be more leagues than previously. I think somewhere it said we used to have 10 leagues, obviously, up to Legendary, and now it's more like 28. So we'll see what that looks like in practice. I'm especially curious if this is going to show up in the battle opening screen. Otherwise, I guess it's pretty much still okay, because I really don't care if somebody's a 1, 2, or 3-star Legendary League player in terms of risk assessment. This one's interesting. The guaranteed crate. So apparently there's a new type of crate that if you open it a certain number of times will actually drop its main contents. So let's say, for example, there's a premium ship crate and you have a 0.73 chance of getting a premium ship, which is not very much. And I've actually made a video about the probabilities and how much money you have to spend in order to come to a reasonably high probability of actually receiving said content. And I mean, it's not that you're not getting anything at all. You're always getting something out of a crate. But, well, the probability isn't particularly high sometimes. So with these kind of crates, apparently, if you open them enough, there's a cap, right? So there's a probability cap that says, let's say it's 10. And with 9 crate openings, you would have a overall 20% chance to get the thing. With the 10th crate, you will get it, guaranteed. So it snaps up to 100% at that point. Now, we don't know what that number is. It could be a reasonably high number. So once that actually comes out, I might do another video about probability statistics and what the actual benefit in terms of overall probability is to get this snap to 100 at a particular given number. Next up, the Soviet tech line. And tech tree, things are getting interesting. So we are getting the remaining Soviet torpedo boat destroyers, the Udaloy and the Grozovoy, at tier 9 and 10, presumably, because we already had one at tier 8. And there are more Soviet cruisers. So we're going to get the Tallinn, the Riga, and the Petropavlovsk. And by the looks of it, they are more, at least Riga and the Petropavlovsk are very interesting in terms of having a rapid reload and precise aiming. Although it's a single charge of rapid reload 1, so it's maybe not that much, and we'll have to see what kind of price they tend to pay in the base reload. Overall, Warships Blitz tends to be a lot more balanced than PC. So I'm not expecting that these are massively overpowered sort of ships or something. But yeah, definitely interesting to see. We are getting a shipyard rotation. So if you've got anything in the current shipyard that you are super interested in and you want to get, then, well, go for it, because there's a rotation. What's in there? The new shipyard. The Duca d'Aosta, which I've played at some point, but I can't remember. The Poltava, the Benham, still. And I think we had the Benham either in this rotation or in the previous one, but I'm pretty sure maybe it might have been the previous one. So if you miss something in this rotation and you just don't have the resources for it, you gotta wait a little bit and it'll come back. But yeah, the Benham, the Irian, the Tier 8 Pan-Asian premium cruiser. It's effectively a Shapayev with deep water torps, more or less. The Black Amalfi, which I really can't remember. The Azuma, the Black Izumo, the Buffalo is back, and the Musashi as well. Buffalo being a Des Moines with an extra turret, more or less, at tier 10. This is also very interesting, and this has been announced, I think, already a while ago. At least I've seen some channel updates on other people's channels about it. Kirov and Moskva are becoming premiums. So if you own a Kirov and a Moskva, you get a free tier 5 and tier 10 premium out of this. I don't think there's any other change other than that they become premiums. But I think you actually have to have the ship in port. It's not enough to just have it researched. You actually have to have purchased it. So just to make sure, I bought myself a Kirov because I won't say no to a free tier 5 premium. And they will be replaced by 2 fresh Soviet cruisers. So we're going to get a whole flurry of Soviet cruisers coming up. And I'm not complaining, honestly. I mean, I've never played the Moskva, but the Kirov was definitely a good ship. A little backfix in the description on the Moynihan. Yeah, I fell for that one. Ship balancing. Now here it gets interesting. Now obviously Wargaming knows what the new cruisers are capable of. And we don't yet, but I'll be sure to tell you when I get my hands on them. The Chapayev gets loses a precise aim, but gains a radar. And that's bad news for destroyers, because the Chapayev is an extremely dangerous ship for destroyers. The Dmitry Donskoy similarly loses a precise aim, and actually gains in return gains an air defense alert 2. The Moskva loses some hit points and some initial shell velocity, which is interesting, but gains penetration in return, which, okay, sure. Not quite sure what's behind this change. Again, because I haven't played the Moskva, but this apparently is a bit of balancing to set her up as a premium. It looks overall like give a little, take a little, like a reasonable change. The Mogami, the Tier 8 premium Japanese cruiser, gets better main battery traverse and better HE shell penetration, which is good, I guess. The Mogami has 150 mils, so you're probably not going to get full pens against things like battleships, and you're playing this thing at range anyway, but it's still good to see. So might be worth unpacking the Mogami once more, because it's an interesting ship. She's got a lot of guns. The Henri, the French Tier 10 cruiser, gets a ever so slight range buff. And apparently the Colbert is not powerful enough yet, because she gets a faster reload. Right. What did I just say about Blitz being balanced? And she gets a better firing range. And she gets 2 sonars, because obviously the Colbert was nowhere near powerful enough. All right, let's ignore that. And the American carriers get buffed again. This is becoming a little bit of a theme, I think. I'm not always paying attention to the carrier balancing, because I don't play carrier all that much. But I think they have already been buffed recently, but apparently they were still not good enough. And once again, it's the dive bombers. All the way up from the Lexington up to the Midway, they get better dispersion on the dive bombers. All right, then. And that's it. So, what do we have all in all? Exciting new ships, lots of cruisers, Soviet cruisers that I'm curious to see what they're going to get. Ship balancing, yeah. And the leagues have been revamped. So all in all, that sounds like an interesting update. So we'll talk about it more once we actually get to see it, and I'll be making sure to show you the new ships once I get my hands on them. That's it for today. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.